Hi everyone, welcome to Tea and Talk with Steph, episode 3. We have a visitor below the lens. This is Hushin. She was given the name Twinkie when I first got her, but it evolved into Hushin. She has proven that is her name. She's a mighty one. Right, Hushin? This is part of my support system, actually. She's almost 14 years old. She'll be 14 April 1st. And she's a constant in my life. You know, she's been there through many boyfriends and different jobs and lots of moves. I also have another cat. His name is the Mose, but they are my family. So I'm having some matcha tea today. Yum, yum. I love matcha. It's a good substitute for coffee because it's like a little caffeine, but not crazy. If you have digestive issues or if you don't like coffee, blah, blah, blah. I just realized that I haven't been looking in the lens. I've been looking at the screen. So now I'm going to look in the lens so that I can actually be looking at you guys. I was looking at my little Hushin in the screen. It's been a mixed last few weeks for me. And by mixed, I mean good times in terms of some blessings that have come into my life, but challenging in the sense of I don't feel in control of the pursuit of my goals. I'm not where I want to be in my career, and I don't know exactly what to do. And I think that's a common experience for a lot of people, artists, entrepreneurs, even if you have like a 9-to-5 job, just kind of feeling like there's things that I want to do and I don't know how to get there. Like I want to start a business, I want to start a hobby, I want to learn something. My goals are very specific. I want a TV series. I want a talk show. So I like an episodic TV series that's fiction where I'm one of the leads. I want to do that. Or major feature films. I want to do some kind of talk show, whether it's a web series, podcast, because I love connecting with people just on a real level. And I want to be creating content. So whether that's writing, producing, maybe directing, but I just love working with other people. I kind of burn out doing the work by myself so much, which for a lot of entrepreneurs and artists, a lot of our work is by ourselves, day in and day out, self-generating, getting up and trying to figure out, okay, how can I get people's attention? How can I make connections, on social media or like network? How can I create an opportunity for myself? So we're always sort of self-generating and having to, wake up with nothing going on and figure out how to make something happen. And that can be really tiring. And so I think that's why collaborating can be so much fun and fulfilling for that, because we have more energy to work with besides just our own. And also we're communal beings as humans. So it's in our nature to work together. We're not meant to be isolated all the time. And that's really hard, not just on your energy and stamina, but emotionally hard to be by yourself all the time. It's depressing. I've dealt with feelings of depression and anxiety from the amount of time I spend alone working on things. And luckily I'm really self-aware of it, so I'm always taking measures to get back into a happy place or work on my mentality or go to the gym. But being happy takes work. Oh, she's off. She's done for now. She might be back. So I'm pretty clear on what my goals are, at least professionally, that I just expressed. I have obviously personal and health goals. I'm just picking fur out of the air because Hashin was here and now there's fur in the air. I've been in a real lull in my business the last couple of months. Like, it's just been slow. And that makes me question my goals because I think, nothing's happening. And especially in terms of income, maybe there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. And so I've been feeling anxious, like about getting some other kind of work or job or and not necessarily something completely separate from entertainment, but just like, okay, what are the other avenues that I'm supposed to be pursuing, in the sense that I'm very open, so I don't assume there's only one way. I'm very open to thinking like that I have something else to offer, or maybe I have another calling that I haven't found. Recently, I've been doing a lot of self-evaluation on, what is it that I want to do, and also talking to God or source, asking, what is my purpose? I surrender, because I've done all the work, but when you don't see the results, it can be a little maddening, because you start to question, are the results ever going to come? Like, I've taken a lot of risks financially, quitting jobs and things to create more space for my acting and writing, especially because there have been times when I've had like 10 auditions in a week, and that takes all of my time preparing and running around, because I prepare fully. I don't just kind of glaze over it. And so that is my full-time job. But then when you have like a couple months that are slow, you start to feel foolish, like, oh no, I need to be like having another job. And I've been questioning myself, like, am I being a brat? Like, this is the only thing I want to do, instead of trying to do many things. Not seeing the results when it doesn't look like what I think it's supposed to look like, I start to question my goals. And I think that's just our survival as humans, is to make sense of things. But it seems really real to me, like, oh, maybe my goals are off. Maybe there's something else I meant to do. So the last couple days, I've talked to some friends, and I think I'm more clear that it's not that my goals are off. I just have to keep the faith and keep doing the things that I love, and get even more clear on my vision. Because sometimes our vision is a bit wonky. It's like, oh, I want to act. And so how can I move towards that? How can I take inspired action towards that if it's not really clear and specific? And so, as I stated earlier, like, I'm pretty clear on what I want. So I just have to not lose faith that that is my destination. I have to continue with my intention towards that destination, even when things are slow, even when it looks like nothing is happening. Because that is life. Like, when you plant a seed and you feed it with fertilizer or plant food and water it. I'm not really good with plants, so I apologize to anybody who's very good with plants, and if I said something dumb. But you put your plant in the ground and you wait, and you don't see anything for a long time, and then suddenly something sprouts up. But there is stuff happening under the surface. And so I think it's important for all of us to continue on our process, growing our roots, developing our craft, developing our resources, and have a very clear vision of where we're headed, instead of just dropping off or doubting ourselves. Now, that being said, to continue to pursue your goals, you do need resources, whether that's friends, whether that's money, because we need to be able to pay our rent, we need to be able to eat. So it is important also to have those days where you sit down and you look at what your bills are, and you look at what money's coming in, and you get real about it. And that is hard because I think I can speak from personal experience. I am a queen and I'm ready to live that life, but my finances don't support that at this point. So I treat myself when I can, and then I have to be very practical in a lot of areas, or more than practical. I live a pretty humble life to support the flexibility of pursuing my dreams. And that's my choice. And I've thought it through. The alternative being like, take a great job that pays well, but I don't have the flexibility to go to auditions and work on my craft during the day and take classes. And I've made the choice that feels in alignment with who I am and what I want to do and how I want to serve the world. So I have some clarity, and I definitely still have faith that my goals are what I'm meant to do, but there's still a lot of insecurities because I wonder, why is it not happening? Why am I not having auditions? Why don't I have a series yet after 12 and a half years of doing this full time? Not making it wrong, but that I don't, because I'm totally willing to wait for whenever the time is right and things are lined up and it's just the right opportunity for me. But I think when things don't happen, we start to doubt our vision. So that is a daily challenge for me to keep the faith. And what came to me today while I was on the elliptical at the gym, when things aren't happening for me, I start to come up with excuses or reasons why they might not be. It's like our automatic survival brain just starts trying to make sense of why things aren't happening. And that certainly doesn't serve me, but it's just what our brains do. They're reptilian and they want us to survive. Often it's unconscious. So my brain will go, oh, well, you know, you're older. The people that you're competing with are already established. You're not really skinny. You're kind of more of an athletic build. You know, maybe they want somebody skinny. Oh, you have skin problems. You need to clear your skin before you can really be ready for the opportunity to be a series lead. And I don't make the effort to make these excuses. That's just kind of like the automatic thing the brain does. So I have to put a pause on that little cycle of thinking, like a hard pause or stop on that cycle of thinking, and look at myself and ask, what am I? And what came to me today when I was on the elliptical at the gym was, I am the light. And that's just the truth. And that felt really empowering, and it overrode any little thing that I might try to scrutinize about myself, because it's what's coming from the inside out, and it's so much bigger and greater than anything on the outside. And no matter where I go and what I'm doing, I get to be the light. And that gives me so much power to know that I can go anywhere. Walk into the gym, say hi to people, their faces light up, they smile. Last night I was at Trader Joe's and I was talking to this guy. He had this great dreadlock updo. And I said, wow, your hair is fantastic. And then we just started talking. And, you know, when he gave me my groceries, he said, it was a pleasure talking to you. I think his name was Desmond. But that's what I get to bring wherever I go. And that's just a great thing to ground myself in who I am and what I have to give wherever. And then the details of what I do or when it happens have less power over me. And I think we can all take that opportunity to look within and see what it is that we have to offer and what we came to bring. And that gives us power that no one can take away. The other thought that's been coming up the last couple weeks for me, it's funny because I actually gave this advice to someone before I was really feeling insecure, is you are exactly where you need to be. We don't know what's coming. Maybe this slow time is preparation. Maybe there's more learning that needs to happen. Maybe you need to work on your health. Maybe, for example, I've been working out like a beast in the gym. Maybe I'm prepping for some superhero role and they're waiting until I'm like jacked. I don't know, but it's a possibility. Rather than make this lull wrong, why not look at it as a gift from the universe, from God, an opportunity to cultivate myself, to create resources, to become better, stronger, wiser, read books, go to the gym, work on my relationships, deepen my friendships, so that when the big wins do come, I'll have all these people to celebrate with. My last thought for you today is you are enough. You have everything you need. You just need to decide what you want to do, create a clear vision of it, all the details, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. Savor what it feels like to live that experience. And then figure out what inspires you towards that and take action. You are enough.